Hi guys, Tom Morrison here, and today we're going to give you the secret to proper glute activation. This is one of the most common mistakes that lifters and runners make. They're doing banded monster walks, they're trying to feel the burn, they're trying to make everything aware, they feel fully activated in the glutes, right? Wrong. This is hands down one of the things that I hear all the time. Yes, I'm doing all the right stuff. Yes, I'm activating my glutes every session. I'm doing the monster walks, I'm doing the kickbacks, I'm doing glute bridges. All those exercises are glute, 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 glute. Sure, you'll feel them, but you can't really wear a band all the time when you're out running or squatting, can you? And what if your glutes need to be able to work through a full range of hip flexion, like, I don't know, the range of motion that you go through during a squat? After many years of doing the same as everybody else, what I started to realize is that with glute exercises, people could do them as much as they wanted. They could push through, they could do them for extended periods of time, they could feel the pump, they wouldn't struggle with the glute exercises at all. But when it came to adductor exercises, they would either not be able to do the simplest ones at all, they would feel pain whenever they were doing them, or they would maybe get 5 shaky reps with an adductor exercise and they'd just be breaking out in an absolute sweat. Something was up. If we take a look at Jenny, whenever she is doing some squats, one of the most common things to see with someone whenever they're struggling to come back up from a squat is for the knees to start to come in and then go back out again on the way back up. So that is totally normal. The only reason it would be a bad thing is if the knees were to touch or the ankles were to cave in as well. What's actually happening here is that on the way back up, if Jenny was nice and slow, is the adductors are pulling in so that the glutes have something to pull out against. So this is why the resistance band stuff feels so good for the glutes. What is it doing? It's replicating what the adductors are supposed to be doing. So if you just do the band stuff all the time, the adductors aren't having anything to strengthen them, and then your glutes have nothing to work with. And you're going to end up with crazy strong glutes that are great in isolation, but whenever everything needs to work together in a compound movement like the squat, you're going to feel like your glutes are coming up short, and it's purely because of the other muscle that needs to be working alongside, which is the actual adductor. So how common is it to hear of someone ending up with a groin injury or an adductor strain compared to somebody actually straining their glute? So how do we start to complete our programming so we're making sure that we're including more drills for the adductors? Firstly, we're not even ready to stand up yet. We're going to keep our trusty resistance band, but now we're going to change with the angles. So we've been all focused on trying to send everything out. Now we're trying to pull everything in. So we have attached the band to a rig post, and it is going round so that the band is trying to pull Jenny's leg out to this side. So she has to actively fight against that the whole time. That's very easy there, Jenny. I think we might need to pull on this a little bit there just to make this a bit tighter on you. So make sure that you scoot yourself out so you're getting a good bit of resistance here. And what we're going to do is dead bug marches, where you're going to go opposite arm and opposite leg. So Jenny's trying to tuck her lower back into the floor here, maintaining nice good core tension here. And she's then opposite arm, opposite leg, nice and slowly marching out with the band, trying to pull that leg the whole time, but she's starting to extend it out, and then she maintains whenever she's doing the other side. So really good one to start working the adductors. Do this for 20 marches each side, okay? So if you're willing to go up and down the gym all day long doing those banded monster walks, make sure that you're going to be doing the same sort of volume with drills like this as well. So the band starts to pull the leg out towards you, out of the way from you, and you're starting to resist and go through your opposite marches like this. Secondly, you're going to get yourself an awesome coach that's going to get a resistance band just above your kneesies, and I'm going to be trying to pull Jenny's leg out away from her the whole time, and she is trying to squat as if I didn't even exist. I'm completely oblivious, whatever the right word is that I'm looking for there, to Jenny, and she's just able to bang out her squats without any sort of problem here. Even when I start to play around with the band like this, it doesn't matter to Jenny whatsoever, because she's so strong that she can resist anything that I do. Make sure that you do both sides. And if you're like me and you don't have any friends, you can just attach it to a rig post, I suppose, and just step out to different positions. Lastly, we have a great partner drill for you if you teach classes or you have a team of people, something like that, or you're just a training partner in general, this stuff is fantastic. So we've got single leg balance and adductor strength and hand-eye coordination. So wait until you see this. This is a real exercise, by the way. So Jenny and I are both going to stand on our left leg, and we're both going to lift our right leg up. Our knees are then going to touch, and then we're going to gradually let ourselves keep our balance and start to push into each other. So both knees are pushing in until we're both feeling the adductor having to work. Then from there, we're going to get our hands like this. We're both going to clap. We're both going to go left. We're both going to clap. We're both going to go right. And we're both going to clap. We're going to go both together. I'm going to keep that going while trying to push in the whole time and not lose our balance, not lose that tension, okay? So the knees aren't just resting in this position, we're actively trying to push the whole time, and if you can beat your partner, I don't know, they have to do 1,000 burpees or something like that. So that is a great drill to do. Make sure you do both sides. We're not going to do both sides today because that's our bad sides, and we're not going to show you what that looks like, but that idea of constant tension the whole time, you're both trying to push in, you're working the adductor, you're getting balance on the standing leg as well, and you're just able to maintain all those things. You're multitasking, so really, really good thing for overall athleticism. Even though those look a bit silly, great drill to do if you have someone. And again, if you're like me and you don't have any friends, then the rig post will be a nice substitute as well. What I find a majority of the time is that I actually spend more time taking exercises out of people's programs just to add in one or two more rather than adding a bunch of different things. So think about your entire hip structure and all of the muscles that work. Don't just blame hamstrings or don't just blame glutes, all that other stuff. Every muscle is important, and as long as you have balance training, you don't need to go all in with just the glutes, okay? So don't make that mistake. Make sure that your mobility work has complete programming. If you would like some structure and some format to stick to, then definitely check out the simplistic mobility method. It is built on these concepts to make sure that everything is done in the right way and that you don't miss anything out.